If any of you are building, do tell me. I'd like to shout out your projects. I'd like to get you some distribution as well. It doesn't have to be building with Lovable. Doesn't matter what you're building with. I'm using Lovable because anyone can use it. If you had a business idea, you'd have to find a coder, a technical co-founder, or you'd have to raise money to hire. And it was just difficult to do. Now that is not the case. You can put together a prototype very quickly using a tool like Lovable. The important thing, and I say this with love, but there are a lot of entrepreneurs who consider themselves idea people. But when they actually have to build something, and when you're taking the idea out of your head and turning it into an application, you realize the limitations of your idea. So you hit problems like, what are the screens a new user needs to see to understand how this works? These are things you wouldn't necessarily have scoped for or generated when you put together your plan. But as soon as you start to build it, you realize quickly, that's not going to work, or, we need to do this differently. It goes from an idea to something tangible, and that forces people to be more efficient. Successfully implemented a dynamic credit system with transcript-based pricing. Can you add 30 credits? No, this is a weird way to do it. Can you add a way for me to gift credits to users in my admin dashboard? What I want to do is give myself my account some credits so I can test this. But just saying, can you add some credits is a bit silly. So I'm going to make a little system that allows me to give credits. I could technically have come back into here, into my table, and found my user and updated the credits. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this because it's a bit more interesting. And it's also useful when I move to beta testing or when we launch, having an ability to just gift somebody, hey, here you go, here's 100 credits, have fun. But I'm doing it primarily so I can gift myself some credits so I can test it. I could also turn off the requirement for me to have credits as an admin. I could give myself unlimited usage, but I want to test the credit system. We have to test everything with vibe coding. We cannot ever trust that. We need to test it to see what's going on. If we do not test at each step, what happens is a day or two later, we'll have worked on our project for a few more hours, and the root cause could have happened days before. And we've built on top of that error. It's building a house on unsteady foundations. The higher you go, the more likely the stuff underneath is going to collapse. So we check each step to make sure that it is basically working, that the pages are loading, that the functionality is in place. So we know immediately if something's wrong and quickly fix it before we build more on top of it. Really important.